YouTube? It's your boy Greg, back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, we talk about fragrance related topics. So if there's something that you're interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload. Alright guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm really not going to be doing any reviewing or anything like that. This video is basically going to be about how to start a fragrance collection and just kind of giving you, things that you should do and things that you shouldn't do. So let's go ahead and dive into this. All right guys, so the first thing I would recommend when it comes to starting a fragrance collection would be to not try and compete with the Johnsons, guys. Don't compete with other people. Don't get on Instagram and YouTube and see how many fragrances such and such has and then try to compete with that, guys, because when you do that, you kind of veer off from what collecting fragrances is really all about, which is basically finding things that you like, things that are tailored to your taste, and purchasing them, not just buying fragrances just because this person has this and this person has that, or even because it's the new fragrance on the block, because when you're trying to compete or build your collection based off someone else's, you're really just going to waste your money. Honestly guys, you'll get stuck in that position where one day you look at your collection and it's full of things that you never wear, things that you really don't like, and you just come to your senses one day and realize that you basically just spent a whole lot of money on fragrances that you don't even enjoy. So the first thing I will say is basically don't try and compete with anyone else when it comes to collecting your fragrances, guys. Alright guys, so the second thing I would recommend when it comes to starting a fragrance collection is sampling, guys. Always sample fragrances before you buy them, guys. Now I will say this, you're not always able to sample fragrances. Sometimes fragrances are a little bit hard to find, even when it comes to decants, guys. So I understand that sometimes it may be a little bit difficult, but if you're able to either go to a store like Macy's or Dillard's and try a fragrance, or just go to a website like Crystal Fragrances or Scentbird or any fragrance company that can give you a variety of samples, decants, and things of that nature, guys. So that would be the second thing I recommend: sampling fragrances or going to the store and trying them out before you buy them, simply because you don't want to waste money and you don't want to purchase something that you really don't like. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I fell for that so many times in the beginning of my fragrance journey. I really didn't know how to go online and look up certain notes and know what I would like. The longer you do this, you start to really figure out which notes and which combination of notes you really enjoy. So sometimes blind buying can be okay, but if you're new to the fragrance game and you're trying to start a collection, I would definitely recommend sampling fragrances first, not just blind buying, guys, because there's a lot of fragrances out there, guys, that are very challenging and very pungent and just not for the average Joe, guys. So make sure you sampling, make sure you go to the stores and smell, or make sure you're ordering decants, and I'll link down websites where you can actually order samples, guys. So the third thing I would say, guys, is set a budget. You need to set a budget, guys, simply because buying fragrances can become addicting, and that's something that we all fall to in this fragrance community at some point in our journey, guys. It just becomes very addicting. You're buying 5-10 fragrances in a month. It just gets out of control, guys. So set a budget, guys. Just set a budget and stay within that budget, guys, whether it's a bi-weekly budget or a monthly budget, guys. Figure out what fits you best and stick to it, guys. Fourth thing I would recommend is buying cheapies, guys. If you want to start building a collection, guys, start buying cheapies. The designer world is a great world. I know you probably hear a lot about niche fragrances and indie fragrances, and those fragrances can go anywhere from $100 all the way up to $500, guys. But when it comes to the designer world, guys, you're usually gonna get fragrances that'll be, maximum like $150. But there's a lot of online stores that you can go to and find a lot of designer fragrances for the low, and we'll talk about that later in this video. But back to buying the cheapies, guys. Buy the cheapies. Start off with the cheapies, guys. If you're trying to build that collection, you're trying to have a high bottle count, guys, just start with the cheapies, guys. Go to stores like Bath and Body Works, you know, Route 21. They have some nice fragrances, guys, and then start to kind of step in to the actual designer world when it comes to fragrances from houses like Prada, John Varvatos, Dior, guys. Like, those are houses that you can really step into and just kind of find something that really fits you, something that's not going to be, you know, hard to wear, not, you know, rough on the nose for someone who's a beginner, guys. So just keep that in mind. Just make sure you're dibbling and dabbling into the cheapies, into the designer world, into the, you know, the clothing stores like Route 21, you know, Express, Bath and Body Works. Like, stores like that have fragrances that I personally feel you will enjoy, guys. So keep that in mind when it comes to starting your collection. All right, guys, so the fifth thing I'm definitely going to recommend, guys, is knowing where to buy fragrances, guys. And there's so many stores you can go to, and there's so many online stores you can go to. Now, when it comes to going to the store, obviously you're going to always have to pay retail, right? But in the fragrance world, we have so many websites that can actually help you save quite a bit on fragrances, guys. And we have websites like Max Aroma, Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, Crystal Fragrances, FragranceBuy.ca, and more, guys. Knowing where to buy fragrances for the best price is going to be one of the best things you can do when starting your collection, so you don't overspend, so you can buy 2 or 3 fragrances at a time for less than $150, guys. So that's another thing I'll recommend, and I'll also link down below, you know, all of the websites that I use to buy fragrances. Sixth thing I'll recommend when it comes to starting your fragrance collection is figuring out your taste, but also understanding that your taste will change over time because your nose will start to mature. So a lot of people that are not familiar with, you know, a ton of fragrances, they haven't smelled a lot of fragrances, they're more tailored to the freshies, to the soft type of fragrances, the crowd pleasing fragrances like Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, like Sauvage, Green Irish Tweed, Prada Luna Rossa Black. Those are fragrances that are very easy to wear and crowd pleasing and really won't offend anybody, guys. But there are fragrances out there that are heavy on leather, heavy on oud, and you know, those are the fragrances that you probably won't like at first. But I'll tell you from experience, I was that same person. I hated oud, I hated leather, I hated vetiver, and now those are some of my favorite notes when it comes to fragrances. So like I said, figure out what you like. Don't base your buying experience off of what someone else likes. Figure out what your nose likes, guys. Figure out what works with your skin, and just understand that something that you like today, this month, you may not like that same fragrance next month, or vice versa. Something you don't like this month, you may love next month, guys. That's just how it goes. So that'll lead into the next thing I'll recommend, guys, which is never writing off a fragrance off the first sniff, guys. You can't spray a fragrance on a card and think that you're getting the full experience of a fragrance. No. Even spraying it on your hand is not enough, guys. Like, you have to actually put it on your body, put it on your clothes, and go out and just enjoy it. Get to know it, spend time with it, guys. That's how you really get the full experience of wearing a fragrance, and to actually know if you like it or not, guys. You know, a lot of people spray it on those cards at the store, or they spray it on their hand and then it's like, oh no, I don't like that. But something that always happens to a lot of fragrance buyers is they'll spray something and not like it, but then an hour or two later they're getting whiffs of something and they don't remember what it was that they sprayed because they wrote off the first or second fragrance that they sprayed when they entered the store. And now they've sprayed so many other ones they don't even remember the one that's actually smelling good. So never write off a fragrance off the first sniff, guys. Always give it a full wearing, and just make sure you actually spend time with it, guys, and get to know it. Look up the notes and just see how it develops on your skin, guys. So just keep that in mind when it comes to starting your fragrance collection. Now, the last and most important thing I would recommend when starting your fragrance collection, guys, is enjoy the journey, guys. Enjoy it, guys. There's so many fragrances out there, guys, and the fragrance community has so many people that can help you, that can guide you, and can give you recommendations on specific fragrances that, you know, sometimes you don't hear about, guys. So have an open mind and have an open ear, and just be social within the fragrance community if that's really what you're wanting to do, guys. If you become part of the fragrance community, guys, you're gonna love it. We're all supportive. We love to take care of one another, look out for one another, guys. So just enjoy the journey and enjoy the new people you're gonna meet, guys, and just really, really have fun and enjoy the experience, the art of fragrances, guys. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this video. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things I left out, so it's a possibility I will be making another video based on this same topic, but for right now, that's what I have for you. So go down in the comment section, and I want you to put one thing that you would recommend to someone who's just now starting their fragrance journey. Whether you recommend a particular fragrance or a particular fragrance house, or just a word of advice to help people get started so they can become part of our community, guys. All right, guys, so thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. If you like this video, please go ahead and give your boy a thumbs up, and that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Thank you. Take care. Peace.